everybody. Welcome to this beautiful, cold Thursday evening in my area.
In your area. It's a
Because
beautiful 72 degrees here in the
I
Sunshine State.
know today we're gonna be surrounded by a lot of warmth.
I
Warm from
know.
Florida and warm from Hawaii.
Yes.
And yeah, we are from Virginia in the middle of the two hottest places, but it's great to be back. Welcome everybody. Please share this show. I bet you today's guest, of course, everybody that comes on here is very important. I always like to say important because I like to see Agatha chuckle every time I describe us as being very important.
Hey,
So welcome to GBC Women with Words. It is Thursday evening. Hello, Agatha.
happy Friday Eve.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Happy Friday
the,
Eve to all of you.
yeah, it's
Yes.
a
How
long
has the
weekend.
week? How has the week? Yes. You know what? I tell you something, and
Uh-huh.
just a side note.
Hmm.
I don't even follow holidays, so I didn't even remember that Monday is a holiday. So
Yeah.
I sent an invite to work for people to turn in
Hmm.
a certain report to me on Monday, and my
Oh,
boss
Monday.
was included because he himself got attorneys, and then he just texted me. He said, "Well, I don't know who will be here with you to receive that report Monday because I'm not going to be here." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Monday is a
Yeah.
holiday." I said, "Are you kidding me? Can you imagine how could I forget such an important holiday? Very
Yeah.
important."
And we're
But anyway,
midway already into January. Believe that? We
yes.
were just talking about Thanksgiving and
I
Christmas,
know.
and we're already midway into January. So this year is really speeding by.
Yes, already almost there. But folks, you don't want to miss this show today. We discover a beautiful woman. We're gonna be talking with her. We're looking for her. The woman is just her appearance is even warm.
I know that's right.
It's
A
so
beautiful
warm. So
flower.
yeah, so welcome. Of course, let me do the most important thing. That is to call my name. I'm Glendy Jane Juniors this evening, and I'm here with who?
Agatha Joseph.
I'm here with Akata.
That is not real with Yahweh Agara Joseph. They can't even say
I
Agata.
there you go.
I have a friend. She doesn't even say Agara. She does say
Mhm.
Gada. No A there.
Yeah, with
Agara.
Ghana.
Ayahu
She
Gada.
somehow she swallowed the A. But it's been
All the
a
time.
great week so far. Yeah. I was in Minnesota this weekend. It was so cold. Not really cold. It was cold. 20, 20, 20 degrees, 15 degrees. She's full of nonsense, this woman here.
I just cleared my throat. I ain't said nothing. Let me clear my throat.
It was a no, but honestly, I want to talk something real serious. Don't pay no attention to Agatha. She's full of craziness. But I was
Really?
at a the weekend was historic for me, and I was an MC. My first time being MC for Pastor Tabla wrote a book. My church pastor, and he asked me to be MC. We had it was a beautiful time. The book is on Amazon. It's called Plan Your Work and Work Your Plan. It's only $13.95, and it was just amazing. That book, they had a little boy, I think he's 12, who already purchased and read the book, and we had him giving a review on the book.
No
Oh,
way.
yes, 12 years
12
old.
years old?
12 years old, already purchased his copy, read it,
Oh,
reached out to Pastor Tabla, and he was allowed to come. He came to the program, and
wow.
he gave his review on how important it is. Even as young as he is, he said it's important for everybody to plan, stick to your plan, and work your plan. So it was a beautiful time in Minneapolis, and that's the place I go, and I always have Dumbo. So
And
I
what you
love,
talking to the American way for?
yeah, Dumbo. I go there and I eat Dumbo.
Yeah, they come for you to speak a local. You can't speak a local. Man, I was like, what's he
Yes,
having?
I went there and we had a good time. So we're here this evening. I want to first do a video to introduce our guests. I want you to
Okay.
stick back today. It's all about music. We have a Liberian Hawaiian musician. This woman was singing to me. This woman know a lot of people, but she's been hiding herself in some island in Hawaii, and we stuck with her. GBC, we stuck with her to make sure that she comes on Women with Words so that we can talk about her. So I'm going to play a little clipping that I found about her telling people of who she is. Facebook, we do have copyrights to every song and everything we play here today about Kahnma because we do have the artists here with us.
Kahnma is a name you probably never heard before. Would you please give me a song length of your time to get you acquainted?
Put a penny in a wish you well. Close my eyes down to 3 and cast a spell. We done the most. Feel them people that I wish me had. I love it in my heart.
Watching my mother sing in church awakened my soul to music. Singing in church laid a foundation for me, but being signed to a deal with Montel Jordan in the early 2000s opened my eyes to the work and dedication required to make it in the music industry. With Bob Marley, Lauryn Hill, and Michael Jackson as some of my influences, I allowed myself to explore many genres of music. From neo soul with Mischief, hip-hop with bandwagon music,
So much to do.
Circle beef with the gunman.
Not enough time.
This I wanna
and
feel me
reggae
plan.
with
When the
jukebox.
going gets tough, the tough times baby. When do we ever need a reason? When love is taking us for season. Searching for a meaning.
With jukebox came the most exposure.
Hold it, taxi. Hold it, I could sit in the backseat. Make a right, take me straight down the front street. Michael want more, I go give me money. Money. In America, it's all about the Benjis. Yeah, if you get you be important. If you're not, it get you, I could be a no.
Newspaper and magazine write-ups, back-to-back singles topping the charts on 3 of the major reggae radio stations in Hawaii, television and radio appearances including the Perry and Price Show. We were even nominated Best Reggae Album at the 2017 Nahoku Awards. Pretty big deal. Even though we didn't win, landing a cover page in Honolulu magazine is pretty dope. With all the success of Jukebox City, I, for the first time, took a stab at a solo career. And what do you know? My single Go Back had its own run at the #1 spot on the radio.
Can we just go back to the days when love was all we had? Can we go back to the days when love was all we go back?
All my experiences and the grounding of being a mother has led me back to this. Artists like Davido, Techno, and T.Y. Savage are breaking all kinds of grounds, proving the legitimacy of Afrobeat music. Everything I've done and accomplished has led me right here at this moment, prepared and ready to continue to share my passion for music with the world. Thank you for your time. Kahnma is a name you probably...
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome to our platform our guests. Woo! Hello. Hello, Kahnma.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Unmute yourself. There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Well,
I said in
go.
Hawaii we throw shakas. Hello,
Oh, really? Let me see it.
aloha.
Welcome. We're excited to have you here today. Welcome to GBC. Agata, myself, Michael, and Eva, who's not here today, but we're so honored that an artist like yourself, like you, a Black, Liberian, Hawaiian artist has agreed to grace our platform today. So we're excited that you could do this.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm super excited to do this. Like I was listening to your intro in the beginning when you were saying, is that my end? Oh, that's me. That's my background. Okay. I was saying how like I've been doing this for so long, but I've never really introduced myself really into the Liberian community with the music. And when you found my whatever you found on the line the other day and you posted about me, I felt so warm about it because I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity and a perfect person to help me really just introduce myself to my Liberian people so they can see what I've been up to here. But you've been saying Liberian Hawaiian artist. Let me correct you. I live in Hawaii, but I'm not Hawaiian. I'm straight full on Liberian.
So, but you see, I want to make sure I give the people credit.
Oh, okay.
That's
There you go.
Liberian artist. So let's get to who is Karnga. Tell us a little bit. Introduce yourself. You have everybody listening to you, every people that's going to listening after. Tell us who are you?
Wow. That's a very deep question because I think we're all still trying to figure it out who I am. But you know, my name is my birth given name is Diawiri Kahnga. And yes, I'm part of the Kahnga family. If you guys are familiar, I was born in Liberia. I lived there till I was about 12 years old. And because of the war, we came to the States in the 90s. And I've been here in America, surviving in America. And I think the one thing that's been super consistent since I've been here has been music. You know, I've always loved music. I've always been a part of it. Is that me still playing? Sorry. Is that I'm hearing sounds in the background? Is that from you playing?
No.
Yeah, you're okay. No.
Okay, because I'm hearing.
Yeah, there's no feedback on our end. You're good.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, so I oh sorry.
It's okay. You're good. You're on mute. So you want to unmute yourself? There you go.
All right. Yeah, so you know, I've just been consistently doing music. I was in Atlanta when I was younger and I did music there. I was in a girl group, like I said in the bio, and signed to a deal. And then I got into a group with some Liberian guys called Bandwagon Music. And that was pretty awesome. We got funded. We were living in LA at the time, and we got funded by George Weah. You know, at the time it was like 2005. He saw what we were doing, and you know, he gave us a good bit of money to pursue our dreams. And we kept doing it. We moved to Ohio. We were doing some music there. We met up with this guy named Kevin Dennis, who, you know, was an investor in the project. And then some stuff went down and Kevin wasn't around anymore and the group kind of broke apart. And in the midst of me trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life next, the guy that I was dating at the time, he was like, let's go to Hawaii and just see what it's like there, you know? So I wasn't doing anything. I was like, well, let's go and see, you know? So I came here, and when I got here, I got off the plane, and the air, the way this place smelled, the way it felt. I was walking down the street. I saw monkey apple bush on the side. I was like, you know what? Right. Exactly. It just felt so familiar, and it felt so like home. And I've been here every year. My family would ask me, when are you coming back? You're all the way over there. When are you coming back? Oh, it's that now. I plan to come back. It's been 16 years since I've been on this island. Just something about here. I've been here. I've done music here. You know, I'm with this group called Jukebox City, and now my solo stuff. I have children. I have two beautiful little girls, 12 and 9. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. But music is the passion, and that's what I just been following those dreams, and it's been leading me in the right places. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah. So did you always? I know you talked about a little bit in the intro. I heard you talk about your mom and your mom singing. Did you always want to be an artist?
I think so. I think it was always something there. I don't know if I knew how to articulate it or say what it was, but I knew I was never really satisfied until I started doing music, you know. So there was always this burning desire there. And then just watching my mother do it on the level that she did it with gospel music and bossa songs. And it was always something amazing to watch, you know. And I always, you know, felt like the impact, what I saw people feel and how I felt when I heard my mother sing. It's like, I want to make people feel that. Like, that's my goal, to inspire in that kind of a way. And that's why I just always stuck with music.
Cool.
Go ahead. I got to tell you guys. You want to?
Well, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
First, what island are you on? Are you on the Big Island? Where exactly in Hawaii are you?
I'm on Oahu.
Oahu. Okay.
Yeah, that's where Honolulu and Waikiki and all of that is.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And what you came here when you were relatively young? 12 is really, really formidable years.
Right.
What are some of your memories of Liberia?
Well, I always tell people when they ask me that, like, my memories of Liberia up until the war was epic. You know, I had the best childhood. I can only just remember playing until sundown. I never really remember any stress as a child. I always ate food. I was never hungry, you know. So, you know, it was a great childhood. But then when the war came, and it's just like when something traumatic like that happened, it tends to like kind of overshadow a lot of the good things that you did experience. And it was the most recent thing I experienced since I left. So, my childhood up until the war was great. And I've been even just living in Hawaii, I get to give my children that kind of a childhood, just living in this tropical environment, being outside, being around the water. It's been just kind of like a full circle thing for me in keeping those best memories of Liberia alive in me.
Okay. So you moved to, I mean, of course, you're, I want to gossip a little bit. You moved to Hawaii. You follow a young man to Hawaii, correct?
Yes, I
didn't follow him. Oh, she said they went together.
Okay, you and the young man, you and a young man went to, and I hear you when you say when you got there, it reminded you about Liberia, about home. I want to hear a little bit about when did you start in Hawaii doing your music? When did you branch off? I know you did some in LA and you know you did some other singing in other places, but I want to hear about when did you start in Hawaii and what it was like for people to get to meet you.
Well, when I got here, I was really lucky because my boyfriend, he was a airbrush artist. So we had this place that he would go work and I would help him. And it was this lady, this Black lady, African-American woman. She was braiding hair and I became friends with her relatively early on. And just talking to her, she asked me what I did. And I was like, oh, I sing, I do music. And she said, well, I have this guy that I know. I would love to introduce you to him. So she introduced me to this man named Macho. And it was this Jamaican man out here who's really arguably can be, you know, credited for introducing real roots reggae music to Hawaii, you know, and he was a big deal. And I met him. He liked me. I started singing background in his band. And that allowed me for people to kind of like ease into the music scene here. And then he had a drummer who was a local guy, a Hawaiian guy, and he had a group called Red Degree. And then one day they play at this bar called Matai's Bar that's very popular and famous here. And they just pulled me up on stage one day. And I remember singing. Reggae music is really big here because there's an island, you know, and I grew up on reggae music, so I'm very familiar. So I remember singing Tanya Stevens' It's a Pity, you know, and the first couple of notes that came out of my mouth, I literally watched the room fall still and look at me. Nice. And it was just like this acceptance that I felt, this welcoming. So I didn't feel insecure anymore about like putting myself out there, but I had to grow into a like performer, especially being a solo performer now. I had to grow into that. And the years in Hawaii, singing background and being in different groups really helped to bring me to this place. And I'm really proud of myself as an entertainer now.
We're proud of you too.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so it was easy. And, you know, like I said, I come from Liberia. The people do things very similar to how we do things here. So I don't think I felt that different to them, even though I may look a little different. We felt very similar. Indigenous people feel similar to each other. So I think that allowed me to kind of, and I had long dreadlocks at the time too. And reggae music is popular. So so they were like, bye, Marley. And I'll be like, yeah, you know, so yeah. They you know, they're welcome and accepting me here so generously. I'm always grateful for this place, always.
Amazing for you to be so young and go somewhere far away from home, and you can tell, because some people don't have the luxury of explaining or being accepted where you were. So it's an amazing thing. But I want to hear about I heard you, and folks, if you're just joining us, Women with with Words. We're talking this evening with Liberian artist who lives in Hawaii, Karnga. I'm telling you, this is an Afrobeat genre. What's the other one? Reggae, calypso. So she is Liberian, and we want for people to be able to get to know her. So we're excited that she's here this evening, telling us that she lives on the island in Hawaii, but you have been able to go to places in your singing career. When I listening to you mentioned about you were up, one of your albums where your song was #1, and you were in. So tell us a little bit about some of the competitions that you've been in and who you've had the opportunity to sing with.
Okay, so competition, we want to go all the way back. I don't know if you guys know my ex-brother-in-law, James Wah. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that guy, but when I was like 16 years old, the first real competition I was in, it was at the Showtime at the Apollo. And I remember him putting that together and, putting us on there. And just even that, and him, and I was in the group with him. Nima Bird's daughter was in the group with me. So him and Nima Bird and all of them, they really supported us and put us up there and push us to get on stage and sing and all of that. And just the support from that, seeing your family saying we believed in you enough to push you this much, kind of like, stir up that fire a little bit more in me. So I've done that. Like I said, I was signed to a deal when I was in my 20s. I was signed to a deal that fell through. I sang background for the guy Macho that I said here. I've done a whole bunch of competitions here in Hawaii. One was like the Mai Tai Rumble, which is like a big deal here for local artists. I've been nominated for a Nahoku Award, which is like the equivalent to a Grammy in Hawaii. And the stations out here, they have local stations that play like Polynesian music, they play reggae music, and I was able to be on those kinds of things and hit the charts and perform for a whole bunch of people. I performed at the Blue Note, which is a jazz franchise here that's pretty big in Japan and Hawaii and New York and all of that. So it's hard to remember. I've done so much. I did a song with George Weah.
Beautiful.
This was like before all the politics stuff, but when I was in the band with the Liberian guys, we did a song called Yumonjog Yumonja, and George Weah was on the song with us.
Prezzo!
Prezzo rather be a musician than a president, but we'll leave that.
I think I prefer him a musician.
I think we all do.
Only because it takes, politics is so crazy. I don't really like getting into that kind of stuff. But when I knew him at that time, it was the artistry of George Weah that shined through for me. The political stuff just gets me so confused and I don't know what I'm watching, So, but yeah.
So let me jump over. I'm gonna jump over that one, like I said, like D12.
Yeah, don't over it.
But I listened to your intro, and you were singing one of my favorite African songs from way back. You sang "Sweet Mother."
Mm-hmm.
How much of that do you do in Hawaii as far as true African music? And how was it received by that audience?
Okay. So when I got here, I also met this, I was working at a braid shop with this Senegalese girl, and her husband is a local Hawaiian guy. And they had this African group band where a lot of these local people that went to Senegal and they studied the music, they studied dancing and all of that stuff. And they had the band already before I got here. But when he found out that I was a singer, he asked me if I can come, and just, sing some songs with them. And this is like 12 years ago. And that's what I first really started doing when playing, in front of a big crowd, was with this band, Jamarek, the band is called. And so when they were playing, they asked me, they was like, well, can you sing, some African songs? And I didn't really know too many African songs to sing like that, right? So the only songs that I could remember were, of course, Sweet Mother was a popular one, so I remember that one. But also, like, growing up in church, all the Bassa songs that used to sing, the gospel Bassa songs that I grew up on, right? I remember those songs. So somehow I was able to incorporate them into the sounds that they already had. So I would really like go up there and sing bossa songs. And
Nice.
yeah, and the people like, no, of course nobody understand what I'm saying, but I
Right.
also know with African music, it's not necessarily about lyrics, too much. It's about the feel, how you're making people feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I connected to how to make people feel, the words were just coming out, and it's almost like they understood me because they did the things they needed to do at the right time. It's like, but yeah, so I do quite a bit of that. I do quite a bit of like singing, and I think that's what really brought out most of my artistry. I did all the other stuff, but singing in my language is just, it does something else. It's a worship space for me,
Amazing. So you're there year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Did the family give up on you and say this woman's not leaving?
Auntie me quedo yo.
I love that you still have that Liberian authentic.
I think I also can get my sister there.
Yes. But it's amazing. I want you to tell us a little bit about your family support. Now we know your family. We know a lot. We know maybe you're the only one who lives in Hawaii. Right. And so we want to hear about their support to you, even though you live away from them. How is the relationship? I mean, I may know, but I want you people to hear. It's like so that the next person who wants to move away know that.
Well, it was a journey.
Okay.
It was definitely. I'm the youngest. My parents have all these kids. I'm the 11th child out of 12 children. I'm the last girl. I'm their baby sister. So I left relatively early, by like 18, 19. I was out of there, and I know they're worried, and they show that they're worried. They showed a lot of concern. But I know there was this explorative spirit inside of me. My family is very close knit, and there's such comfort being around my family, right? To where you would never leave. You don't have to. Everything is provided for you. The love, everything is there. And I think to explore myself a little bit more, I had to make myself uncomfortable, and go other places. And it took a while for them to settle into that and agree with me on it. But I think they've come around, and the support and the love that I receive now from my family. I'm grateful for social media because they help us connect on a daily basis, So when I put stuff out there, to get to see my children, grow. Of course, we go there and we see them, and my kids know my family very well. But my family is so close that it took them a while to come around, I think. But I think I made them a believer. I convinced them that I'm authentic in what I'm doing, and I'm not going to stop.
Also said we're not settled yet. Also said, Auntie, when you explaining your words, but it's not happening. So tell us about your daughters. Tell us about the 2 beautiful girls. And I know that one of them, because look, I am a huge fan of yours. I follow you everywhere. I research you everywhere. And I see your daughters, one of them sing also. So I want to hear a little bit about your 2 beautiful daughters.
Okay, so my older one, her name is Vama, and that's a Bassa name, Vama, like medicine woman. Yes. She's named after my older sister. And she's 12. She's just this, I don't know, man, like this beautiful human specimen that's just evolving, and she's so articulate and intelligent. And sometimes like I have to humble a lot, because I realize this kid is just like beyond her years, and she's teaching me so much. She's 13, almost 13. She's gonna be 13 in 2 weeks, and I have a 9-year-old, and she is a ball of something.
Yes. She woke up the other morning. Her mom posted, and she had, what was that, baby chicks or whatever?
Chicks. So she had like 5 chicks in a box. That's what I woke up to. She's an animal lover, She loves animals. She's artistic. She sings, and they both do very similar things. It's just my older one is a little more shy than the younger one, and she's just more outward with it. But they're amazing children. My biggest blessing, you know, I tell everybody I do so many things well, but being a mother is what I do best, you know, and it's my favorite thing is being a mom.
That's so awesome. When I hear you talk about your daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I literally heard you describe yourself in the short time. Yes.
Oh my God, you'll make me
Short
cry.
time that I met you. Every word, every adjective you use to describe your daughter truly describes you. You should be very proud.
Yeah.
But let's talk about your name. I love your name. I know you told us a little bit about Kahnma. When I first saw your name, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much Basa. I thought it was something you just pick up because it's so, to me, artistic. So I thought it's just one of, you know how artists change their names, but this is her real name. So
Well, go ahead.
I just wanted to know, you know, what does it mean? I assume it's Basa, but educate us on Kahnma.
Okay, so Kahnma is not my giving name, right? Kahnma is the name that I've been using for the last 20-something years as an entertainer.
Okay.
So Diawidi is my birth name, which means remember me, expect me, keep me on mind. Like it's various, you know, the definition. But Kahnma, so my last name is Karnga.
Yes.
Right? So Karnga means king or, you know, royal man. And then Kahnma is the opposite of that. So I just use the opposite of my last name to, you know, to use as my entertainment. Because not too many people can say Diawudi. So I was just like, you know, let's spice it up a little bit more.
That is so cool. That makes sense. Now, do you still speak Basa? Did you speak Basa before? Because I hear your pronunciation it's beautiful. So did you speak Basa previously? Or are you just learning? Are you still fluent? Tell us about you and Basa.
I did speak Basa when I lived in Liberia. I spoke Basa fluently because, you know, I lived in a Basa household, and I've been in this country for almost over 30 years. And I haven't really been living around my family for a long time. So it's like no one to speak it with. So right now I'm at the backlist level. You know, I have a cousin in Ghana, Juju, my cousin Juju, and we talk often, you know, and she cracks up at me so hard trying to like say some of these Basa words, but she's helping me, you know, because I told her, don't laugh at me, help me so I can understand these words better, you know. So yeah, I'm proud to say after all of these years, I speak Basa well enough to write songs in Basa.
Beautiful, amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Pronunciation is, to me, authentic. I don't speak Basa, but I've heard Basa. So you're not trying to water it down. When you pronounce your words, it's true to the culture. So I commend you for that.
Yes.
In Hawaii, we say mahalo.
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 So, folks, if you're just joining us, we're talking to a Liberian artist who lives in Hawaii, Kahnma. I'm going to, at this point, play one of my favorite pieces of yours. I have my two most favorite. We'll play this one, and you all, and Facebook, we have copyrights. You hear me?
All right.
We have the artists on here
You
with
have
us.
all the agreement to use this, you know. Yeah.
So our artist herself, Kahnma.
I haven't felt this way since way back in the days when being in love was so simple. If you didn't like me, you just check no. But if you really like me, check yes. The kind of love that came with no stress. Staying up late on the telephone, talking about things that made us feel grown. Boy, I like the way you look at me. I think you really see who I really am. It's like you understand that we're gonna be much more than friends. La 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 la. I get this nervous feeling inside every time you stop by. I start to blush and acting real shy. to write, things to say. Intrigue my mind in many different ways. I can hardly wait till we kiss. Boy, when you look at me, I can't resist. Boy, I like the way you look at me. I think you really see who I really am. It's like you understand that we're gonna be much more than friends. You got me on this merry-go-round, spinning my head and feet off the ground. I love the way this love thing swings back and forth, must be the real thing. Why have you been away for so long? The way I feel, can nothing go wrong? Can't understand why I'm singing the song when I should be with you where I belong. La 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 la. La 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 la. See what you do, got me losing my head. Take the handsome smile of yours for me today. Boy, I like the way you look at me. I think you really see who I really am. It's like you understand that we're gonna be much more than friends. La 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 la. Boy, I like the way you look at me. I think you really see who I really am. It's like you understand that we're gonna be much more than friends. La 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 la. I like the way you look at me. I think you really see who I really am. It's like you understand that we're gonna be much more than friends. La 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 la.
Woo! That's my
Nice.
favorite.
Very nice.
Love it, love it. Say yes, say no, boy. I like the way you look at me.
Yeah.
Where
Tell us-
did
You,
you find your
you want to
music?
hear a backstory about this song? I don't think my
Yeah.
family even know this. So when my sister Yumli, when her daughter was little, her daughter Oluchi, who's like grown 20-something-year-old now, she, I was babysitting her, and a friend of mine sent me some music to write to, and I was babysitting her, and she was listening to Barney in the other room, right? I'm about to blow your mind. Listen. So she
I
was
heard
listening.
that tune. I picked
You
up.
heard it, and you heard it. So
picked
she
it
listened to
up.
Barney, and Barney is singing John Jacob
God, Jingle
Hammerstein. His name is Barney.
I picked it
And
up.
it went so perfectly with the beat. I was like, yeah, boy.
There you
I
go.
like
You
look
are
at
so
me.
funny.
Yeah, that's the backstory. So one day that song is gonna be in a
Amazing.
Disney movie. That's my goal. That's my dream.
Oh, that's amazing. I hope it does. I hope it does get to go far, but it's so authentic. One of the things I want to talk about is your authenticity, your blackness, in your blackness. I watch you, I see the way you dress. I see the way you promote Africanness. I mean, I think you sew. I see the way you cook. I want to I want you to tell us a little bit about, you took a piece of your Africanness, your Liberianness, you took it with you in Hawaii, and you like where you live, your house, the way it looks. I mean, I want you to tell us about why you continue to stick to tradition, to what you've learned, why you want to be known, why you want your kids to even get to know your culture so much, because that's all I see when I see you.
Because it's the best. Because it's the best, I would tell people, like, when I left the war, right before we left the war, I ended up spending a little bit of time on my mom's farm in the village, so I got to live that village life. We made our baskets, we set it in the river and all, and I was a little girl, but all of those things stayed with me so much, and it's what carried me through in my adulthood. Like, I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I never really held down a job. So just learning how to weave and crochet and all those kinds of things are all the things that had paid my bills throughout my time in this country when I had to take care of myself, and the love of self, how to take care of family, how to treat people, all of that was just so, it was what my childhood was made of, and I see the results you get. My father always said it's better to be people rich, and that stayed with me. And in order to be people rich, you have to carry yourself with integrity. You have to carry yourself with your own authenticity. So I come from somewhere. I come from a place where there's culture, where there's all kinds of things that I already identify with. So why cling on to somebody else's stuff when I already have something that I'm so proud of, So it comes out of me the way it does because it's nothing else. It's who I am. I can't, anything else would be inauthentic,
Yeah. I just think it's so amazing because it's like your children, just watching your kids and seeing them on the beach running, playing with the water. It's like waking up the other way. I think it was 2 mornings ago. I wake up and I see your daughter with chicks. I'm like, Jesus, the woman.
As my kids, when we go to Liberia, they're gonna fit in pretty well. It's pretty laid back here.
Well. But I know there is one story I want you to share with us because, and that's there is something. I think there is something you share in one of your videos where there was a little bit of discrimination against you during the COVID time. I want you to talk to us because I know it hasn't all been rosy. But I want you to talk about it because I'm sure in your Blackness there have been some form of discrimination that you've experienced. Not that it's negative, but we want people to also know that in all of the things you've been through, you're still standing firm.
Yes. Yeah, I've been through a lot. And I think all of us, we're Black, whether we're African or not, we come to this country to see Black first, So living as a dark-skinned Black woman in this country, it comes with the things that come with. But like I said, that self-love and confidence was already instilled in me from childhood. I never had a moment where I felt insecure about being dark-skinned or being African or anything like that, because that love was always there. I mean, with the COVID thing, I don't even think that had to do with race. It just had to do with choices. I'm a very, natural person, you would say. I live my life in a really holistic way. I try to, at least. So when the COVID thing came about, I had a lot of pauses about what to do and go get medicine and vaccines and all of those things. So, and I waited, and I didn't rush to do any of those things, but I saw a lot of the laws that were coming down were against the choices that I was making. And, this coffee shop that I frequent, I went in there and they kicked me out of there because I didn't have a vaccine card. And, it was really heavy in Hawaii because we're an island, so they had to, make the laws a little bit more stricter because it's such a small place. So so just dealing with those kinds of things and trying not to lose my mind and keeping the things that mean something to me, keeping it sacred to me, no matter, how much pressure I had on me. So I've experienced some stuff, but I'm strong. I've also experienced war. So somebody saying you can come in your coffee shop is not gonna kill me.
I got you. Any other questions?
So what's next for Kahnma? What
Good
can
question.
we expect?
Good question. So I've been recording. I've been writing some songs. I've pushing myself and challenging myself. I've been actually produced 3 songs, 3 of the songs that I've written. I got on my computer and made some beats and produced it. Just trying to perform more. I like being on stage. That's my favorite thing to do, is perform. But putting out a couple of songs this year, or maybe even an album, is a goal. It's not anything I'm promising because, I'm a single mom and there's a lot. I do so much, so that's one thing. That's a goal of mine, just to put some music out this year. Get into Liberia is a goal for me this year. After all of these years, I think it's time. And getting there, I want to do a concert. What's up? Can y'all hook up something for our sister? Call somebody, call Just Me. I tell them I'm coming.
Absolutely. So where can we find your music?
So I have some stuff on Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming services. If you look, if you search Kahnma, some stuff will come up. Jukebox City, JOOK, Jukebox City. You can search that. Music will come up. Bandwagon music, Liberian people. I'm telling you, you have to get into this. Bandwagon music is one of the first things I did when I was coming up in the music industry, but I think it didn't get like a commercial success because we were way before our time, but I feel like if you listen to it now, it's just as relevant now as it was back then. So yeah, bandwagon music, search Kahnma, follow me on Instagram, Kahnma on Instagram. I have a website, check out my website. I make stuff, clothes, earrings, and things like that I have on my website for sale. Yeah.
What's your website?
It's kahnma.com.
Okay.
KAHNMA, yeah.
All right. So I wasn't going to go there, but I am going to go there.
Okay.
So who's the Hawaiian guy right now?
OMG. So listen, I am dating a farmer.
Nice.
Yes. And I'm telling you, it's so interesting because the comfort level that I feel with this man, and he grows cassava and digs it out of the ground and cooks it for me, you guys. Like,
yes. Basa woman cassava.
Cassava made in Hawaii.
I fuck cassava man all the way here. The man can cook me cassava, the man can cook me breadfruit. So I said, but where I'm going, so he's treating me really nicely.
That is amazing. That is so wonderful. So I'm gonna ask this question. I know of the story, but and B is saying that you had natural water births with your girls.
Yes.
Authenticity.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Well, when I was pregnant, like before that, it's probably like another story for a whole nother day, but I spent a lot of time in the hospital before I was pregnant with my daughter. And it was traumatic, it was a traumatic time for me. And again, like I said, growing up in Liberia, being on my mom's farm in the village, I saw a lot of things. And I think I don't think I had a cousin who was pregnant and she gave birth on the farm during that time. It was the war. Nobody was going to any hospital. And they were behind the house. My mom and them was midwifing, and I knew that was possible in a natural way and in a safe way. So when I got pregnant and I had my whole trauma with the hospital, I started researching, or I already knew that midwifery, midwives were out here. So I started searching, about, midwives in Hawaii. The lady that's in the band, in the African band that I told you about, she is this Asian woman named Lori Kimata. She's freaking amazing. She, she was in the band with me. I told her I was pregnant. She was like, I'm a midwife. And I was like, oh, perfect. So, so I had a midwife for both of my babies and, home birth. We had a tub with water in it and let nature take its course.
Wow, amazing. So I know your sisters are watching here. I want to know who's the favorite.
Who you gonna get in trouble? Who you gonna wait, Glenny. My favorite are Yumly. We got one canto Liberia and this one got me by my ticket.
That is hilarious.
That's how we do it. That's how you do it. So
my favorite, Serena, you hear me? You my favorite, Yumly.
That is so funny. So Glenny, we've had 2 now, right? And we've had we've had one Karnga twice, or Beatrice.
Beatrice.
We have Beatrice twice, and we've had you. So that's what, 10 more to go.
And then you guys have Bart too. That's a Karnga. That's my sister's son.
Yes, that's you.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the first 12. I'll start counting the first 12.
The first 12 before you go to
the offspring of those 12. We'll start counting them later. So
right.
For the next one to come. But of all the Karngas I've met, you all are wonderful, intelligent people, and I'm just happy to have met you today, Karma.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much, Agatha.
So
Nice to
Yombly,
meet
please
you.
make sure Yombly buy the ticket. You're the favorite.
Buy the ticket.
Yeah, I come and step. Tell, and say you should be in the band where we are.
Uh-huh.
Your band man, one country, your country.
Tell him, man. Let him bring me VIP style.
I know that's
what
right.
I'm talking about.
You can sing background to Mr. Liar, man.
Oh, I would do it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
It's been amazing. Come on, we're so happy for you. We're so proud of you. We're happy that we connect with you. Listen,
thank you.
When you do put your album, there's one more song we're gonna play. Wishing Well is one of my favorite, but I like Thunder more than we.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play Thunder. Her music is on the different Spotify and
iTunes.
What are some of the places? Because
I got streaming places.
Yeah,
Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming services. But before I go, I want to say this to you both. Like,
no,
what
you're
doing is
want to play.
Okay. I'll wait before I get my speech.
Yes. Wait. You have time to do that.
Okay.
Yes. We're so happy that we have Kahnma here, a Liberian artist, living in Hawaii. Got herself a nice Hawaiian man who cooking cassava and bread food for her. You go find
Why not?
He's not only cooking it, the man growing
it. Hey, my sister. Thank you. He growing it first.
You understand? For a man to grow food,
he can kill the sheep that can make the lamb in the soup before we cook the soup.
Right. Yeah,
what else? I think I'm coming to book to Hawaii too. So
I know, right?
Come on, God.
Hey, maybe you will find you one hour girl. I can sour the beer for you.
I know. So let me play the next one, please, folks. That's the reason why we want people to get to know Kahnma. She's so authentic. She's so real. She's so natural. She's just happy person. I love her from I haven't met her. I love her from a distance. Feel like I've met her years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to get to know her. I want you to go and like her page. I want you to follow her on Instagram. I want you to buy her music. We want to bring her back out because her music is just so authentic. If you're listening out there, Prezzo, if you see the video, the woman said she was singing with you before, please. She's gonna come to Liberia, play something for her to sing. But this is my other favorite song for Kahnma, and it's called Thunder.
This thing we do so make me wonder where I go certain I will ponder. Will this love go take us under? We should be roaring like a thunder. We should be roaring like a thunder. We should be roaring, thunder roar, thunder roar, thunder roar, roaring. We should be roaring like a thunder. Nothing to say, opposites attract to. You be like this, I do like that too. What thing you want, no need to ask to. I get it for you, matter of facto. For what thing you want, go spoil it. You won't go spoil it. For what thing you won't go spoil it. You won't go spoil it. For what thing you won't go spoil it. You won't go spoil it. For what thing you won't go spoil it. We should be roaring like a thunder. We should be roaring like a thunder. We should be roaring, thunder roar, thunder roar, thunder roar, roaring. We should be roaring like a thunder. This should be us, oh baby. Oh baby, we don't need no fuss, oh baby. Oh baby, love is on my soul, baby. Oh baby, we don't need no fuss, oh. Oh baby, 14 you won't go spoil it. You won't go spoil
Nice.
Nice. You can rest assured that if we plan anything, I got a big plan that we will definitely be connecting you and calling you. This is amazing. It has been an amazing hour. I will say, let me show some favoritism. Because we've had B on twice. People are saying that you sound exactly like B Karnga.
I laughed like her too. I was hearing myself on a video the other day. I was like, I sound just like her. Jeez.
That's what everybody's saying. Say, oh, she sounds exactly like Mrs. Gray. That's amazing. So we thank you for coming on. If you have some closing comments now, you can go ahead.
I do. I just want to tell you both, thank you so much for doing this. This is, and people talk about Liberians and say, oh, we don't support each other. And, Glendy, that day when you just kept posting my stuff, I really felt it. I was teary-eyed and everything, especially coming from a Liberian person to show this much support to your own people. We need it because if our own people don't support us, who's going to support us first, So I just want to thank you, Agata, for what you guys are doing. It's beyond words. Please keep it up. Thank you for allowing me to share my story and just make fun with you guys for a little bit on here. This was really cool. Thank you.
And when we're looking for somewhere to come to Hawaii, we're coming to East Summer.
I'm here.
Thank you so
much.
much.
To plant more cassava, you're coming.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. And when you have an album or if you have anything, if you want us to, I know you do music. We wanted to showcase your musical talent. But
yes.
if you want us next time to do something with the things that you make, sewing or your earrings or whatever, we can do it. We're here. We will do all we can to be able to showcase you out there so people know that they know and get to know the kinds of things you're doing. Thank you so much and continue.
Thank you. Thank you. See you both.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Aloha.
There you go. Oh, amazing hour. Wow. That was
what
good.
A nice young lady. So, we always highlight what Liberians are doing good. But most importantly, we want to support our Liberian artists. So take your time, go to Spotify, go to iTunes. You want to search Kahnma, her name. She talked about Jukebox. That's JOOKBOX City. Bandwagon Music. Or you can visit her website at kahnma.com. Make sure you support her. If each person on this platform go and purchase just one song, I'm pretty sure there's more than one that you will like. But support this artist. Go on and purchase her music. Let's take her to the next level.
Yes, absolutely. It's never late. We'll do what we can to continue to share her work and promote her songs.
Yes.
Anything for Mame?
Yes. We have Dr. Martin Luther King birthday celebration on Monday. Yes. So this one is pretty simple. The word from Mame today is never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. And as simple as that statement is, it's extremely encouraging because we often, find ourselves in difficult situation and we feel that we're not making progress. But once you have a dream, you have hope. So turn your dream into a plan and make it happen.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but actually last night I decided to count the number of quotes I've written because I love poetry. And I actually have written 557 quotes. So I actually reached out to a publicist today. I want to see what we can do to put it in a book because it's just a lot. It's a lot of quotes. I go to a phase where I just sit and just think things and write. And I said, let me share a little bit today. My first book, I had some in there, but I didn't know I had that many. I have a whole lot of it just in storage in my phone. So when you're saying this, it's something that if I like doing it, then I should put it in a book. So we're going to do that. But it's amazing. An amazing thing to do. It's if you have a dream, you got to go after it. You can't just, keep it hidden. Keep it hidden and doing something. Next week, guest.
Oh,
Yes.
I was saying I saw the few that you wrote. I don't know. Did you share it on your personal page only?
Yes.
If
On
you
my
don't
personal.
mind, you share it on the GBC page. The reason
Sure.
I said that, no, it's funny you said that, but there was some that I had to stop and actually read again. You know, we all go, like you said, we all go through these moments. There was a time where I was writing short stories and I enjoy doing that. I'm no author. I don't plan to publish anything, but sometimes I enjoy, writing fictional stories. So I did that for a while. I had a page in her own words or something like that I wrote, but share it on the page. Let's, let people enjoy
I
it
will.
too.
So we're working something on a time. It's a 557 quartz rating, and I call them my peace quartz, my peace G quartz. So we'll see what we can do and put it in a book and see what we'll do about that. But I
All right.
love them. I want to keep writing and storing them in my phone because they're taking up a lot of. But we had a good. This was a beautiful hour, amazing
Yes.
time we had.
Talented young lady.
Yes. Next week we're gonna have. I didn't. We do have a guest that's coming. He is Mr. Vivian Jones. He will be here next week. He's from Mawata. It is a software company in Liberia. He helped to electronize the registration process for the University of Liberia. So he will be here, computer person. As the picture I chose for him, he didn't like it. He said I was making him look too old. So so next week he will be here. We'll be talking about him and seeing what great work that they're doing back there. But folks, we thank you for watching. Happy Martin Luther King's Day that's coming up. It's history. Like Agatha said, if you have a dream, don't sleep on it. Wake up, follow up, do something. Make sure this year, for me, this year, I have no resolutions. The only thing I have is this is a year of full recovery for me, full recovery from everything I've been through, is to be able to be out there, no matter what, whether I'm a virgin, whether I'm not a virgin. It's full recovery for me.
She's gonna recover from being a virgin, so she's gonna do her roast math.
All right, I think we've had a good time here. I did see AB watching. Welcome, AB. Thank you for watching us today. Now the show is over. You can have Agata.
That's hilarious.
Well, thank you, folks, for watching. Until next week,
Thursday.
We'll see you all.